Hello, my name is Estrella Espinosa Ballesteros, and I'm going to talk about how our English is already good enough. If I could share a piece of advice with every English learner around the world, it would be that the biggest barrier it isn't the grammar or it isn't the vocabulary. Instead, it is our own fear, the fear of being judged, the fear of sounding wrong, the fear of making mistakes. And I'm going to share with you some experiences that maybe this has happened with everyone. We were in class and the teacher asked a question and we didn't raise our hand. This didn't mean that we didn't know the answer, but we just simply stayed quiet. Or maybe we were with our friends and we met someone new, and rather here we decided to stay quiet. And why does this happen? Well, this happens because we are scared of how we sound. We are scared of making mistakes. And I get it. Making mistakes can be very uncomfortable, and sometimes you can feel very bad about making those mistakes in public. However, making mistakes, it's not bad at it doesn't mean that you are bad at English. It means that you are brave enough to try to speak in a language that it is not your mother tongue. Here, in the process of learning a new language, every fail is a step forward. So now that I'm speaking alone, here alone by myself with the tablet recording me, this is like my safe place. However, when we are in public, we tend to make most or a bigger part of mistakes. We tend to get more nervous and proceed to commit more mistakes. So, as I said, those mistakes are not fails, they are a step forward. And next time we try to speak in public, we will speak with more confidence. Here, we all know that English is not our mother tongue. However, we have to improve and try to sound as one of them and try to not make much mistakes. And now, related with this, I'm going to share with you a story of one of my friends. This friend of mine is trying to get the B1 level. And when I heard about that, I told him, why don't you try to speak with me in English? And he said, well, I don't want to make mistakes with you. Well, I don't want to speak with you as I don't want to make mistakes. And I said, why not? I'm here for that. Maybe if I'm speaking, I can make some mistakes too. And maybe my pronouns, it is not the perfect one. But at least you can try with me. We're close friends. You have this you don't have this feeling of pressure of having to be as perfect as you can. So this leads me to the next point, where he said that he was also scared of his accent. And most of the times we think that it is our fault or problem that we don't have a perfect accent. It is clear that we, as learners of a new language, we have to improve and try to give our best when we are speaking in this new language. However, most of the times we tend to stay quiet as we don't want to be judged, or also we just assume that they won't understand us. And here, hiding an accent can be very harmful for next generations, as in, for example, here we don't have to speak in English, but imagine that I move to UK and time by time I end up losing my accent. This accent of mine, my Spanish accent, is a part of me, is part of my history, is a part of my symbol. It is clear that I have to improve my English at the best and try to sound as native as I can. However, if I cannot leave a part of my accent, it doesn't mean that I am less than anyone. So, making mistakes while speaking with your accent, or maybe grammarly, we can make some accents. We have to see these accents not as an enemy, as a growing opportunity or a learning gate in order to develop ourselves. So, this leads me to the other point that I want to talk. How can we learn English in order to us to be comfortable about speaking in English, or maybe just not English, any other language? So, this is very easy. Most of the times we see languages as a compulsory thing, another task that we have to pass, or some things that our parents request us. So, most of the times we can learn English with other opportunities. This could mean that you can have hobbies. For example, you could love to see movies, or maybe you want to listen to music in your free time. So, what can we do about this? So, most of the times we can listen to this music or see these movies in English. Um, First of all, it is not going to be easy because at first you won't understand much of it, or for example, with movies, you will need subtitles, or maybe you have to slow the speed. You, instead of watching it in a normal speed, you have to watch it slower. But here the important thing is that you have no pressure. Here you are learning English as you want to always learn another thing. You put all your effort in learning a new language in this case, or maybe you put all your effort in knowing how to draw. So you try and you try and you try. You will fail a lot of times, but you have to still trying and keep on doing the things that you want to do. So you will achieve this level of knowing a lot of things. So in this case, we could see the learning a new language, in this case, English, as a game and not as a task. So the most important thing is to not be afraid of making mistakes, committing errors in front of someone who is native, speaking with someone whose English level is way better than yours. Their accent is better than yours. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you are trying and you are putting all your effort to try to sound as a native or trying to learn a new language. So basically, this is my message and my TikTok. I hope you like it. And as I said, don't be afraid of being who you are, and try to be as brave as you can, and don't be afraid of what others can say. Thank you so much.